Hey guys, today we're looking at the Latin verb ponere, which means to put or place. Its past participle is positum, which means placed, as in the past, like I placed something on the table. You get it enough grammar, let's jump into it. The first English word we get from ponere positum is posit. To posit something is to put something forth for consideration. So I am going to posit 14 words, maybe 15 actually. I'm supposed to only give you guys 10. But if they're not going to pay attention, I'm going to posit 14 words for you guys to learn today. So I'm going to have to run through these. Pay attention. Here we go. The first one, posit. We already talked about that. An example of posit, Augustine posited various worldviews in the City of God, his famous book. City of God is the heavenly worldview, and the City of Man is the earthly worldview. Component. A component is something cum, which means with, and ponere, which means put or place, something put together. And actually, a component is usually part of a machine. If I ripped my computer apart here in front of you, I could show you all of the components. I could then sell you each of the components online because I wouldn't be able to put it back together because I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. Compose is from the Latin words cum, which means with, and positum, which means put together, just like component. Something's put together. Only this time, when you compose, you're writing. You might compose an essay for your teacher or compose a poem for someone you're in love with. Interestingly enough, you can even compose yourself. So you compose a poem for someone you're in love with, you give it to her, she reads it and laughs, you run back to your house and cry for a little while, but then you compose yourself and you write another poem and it's better. And she falls in love with you. It's beautiful. Composers, famous composers, Beethoven and Mozart. What did they do? They were writing. They wrote music. They wrote symphonies. They composed these things. What are they doing these days? They're decomposing. The next word is composition. Whatever you wrote, that essay for your teacher or that poem for the person you were in love with, those musical pieces that Beethoven and Mozart wrote, those were compositions. Those were the things that were composed.